Hi, welcome to Unity of Olympia. At Unity, we honor all faith traditions and all paths to God. And at Unity of Olympia, we consider ourselves to be culturally Christian and spiritually unlimited. I light this candle this morning as a symbol of the divine light that shines within all of us, the Christ light. Please join us in music as we begin today's service.
Now I know you guys are going to sing with us even if it's from home, so let's do this. All night, all day, angels watching over me, my Lord. All night, all day, angels watching over me. Sun is setting in the west, angels watching over me, my Lord. Sleep, my child, and take a rest. Angels watching over me. All night, all day, angels watching over me, my Lord. All night, all day, angels watching over me. Sun is setting in the west, angels are watching over me, my Lord. Sleep, my child, and take a rest. Angels watching over me. One more time. All night, all day, angels watching over me, my Lord. All night, all day, angels watching over me.
Janine Cummings.
And Mrs. Terry Charles.
We're pleased that you've joined us this morning. Abraham Lincoln was in a church service one day. And the minister, after a long and beautiful song where everybody was standing and singing along, he said, "Everybody who wants to go to heaven, sit down." And everybody sat down except for Lincoln. He looks at Lincoln and he says, "Everybody who doesn't want to go to hell, sit down." And of course, Abraham Lincoln remained standing. And the minister looked at him and he said, "Well, if you're not going to go to heaven and you're not going to go to hell, where are you going?" And Lincoln said, "I'm going to Congress." It seems that right now, that particular story is sort of a sum of where we are in our world. This experience of the coronavirus COVID-19 is surreal for many of us. And the experience of heaven and hell also seem to be surreal. And yet, if you're like me, you may be going back and forth between those experiences. And if your experience is more of one of hell, then I'm really, really glad that you're here right now. So in Unity, we teach that heaven and hell are states of consciousness, that they are things that we create and live in from our own reaction to what happens
So
in the
Terry,
world. You have been around Unity teachings for a long time. So this teaching isn't new to you at all, is it?
No, not new at all, but I can certainly forget sometimes and really need to consciously remind myself of what is true. Especially that my thoughts are powerful, so I can stop and choose the thoughts that I want. Certainly not to deny reality, but to focus on what I have control over, what I can do, and expressing gratitude to things like cells in my body, say.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So Janine, you're newer to Unity and to New Thought teachings, maybe. Would you talk a little bit about what your experience around heaven and hell and thought consciousness is?
Well, for me, I personalize a lot of it, so I work with the inner child, so for me, I deal with what it is that I'm feeling, whether I'm feeling lower vibration or higher vibration. So I'm very conscious of that. And also when I get into a place where I'm feeling, for me it's been a little depressive, not being able to gather in community. I love Sundays and I love joining with everybody and singing with everybody and leading. But when it gets to a point where I can't help myself up out of the depression, a lot of times I will run a mantra. That's what helps me because I'm all about the music. And so I am a living blessing, no matter where I go, just by breathing, I am a living blessing. And so that's how I help myself up out of, the lower thoughts when I get stuck.
I bring a lot of your songs into consciousness too, when I'm in the midst of work and I'm feeling stressed and, maybe the sadness, like you said, because I think that sadness is really deep. And to consciously bring, like, all is well in this moment, that's on so many of your mantras that I can bring to mind.
So one of the things that's happening right now that I believe strongly is that we have a collective conscious experience, that we are not in this alone. And so the process for us over and over to work with our thoughts, to work with our feelings, so that we can move into a space of heaven right here, right now, is available. That is what the good news is, and that's what I believe. I believe that Jesus, I know that Jesus referred to the kingdom of heaven more than 100 times in the 4 Gospels. And that throughout this constant teaching on the kingdom of heaven, he never talked about some place out there. He talked about right here, right now.
At hand.
At hand. He said the kingdom of heaven is at hand. He said the kingdom of heaven is within. He said the kingdom of heaven is here and now. And so this is our teaching. This is the lineage that we come from in unity. And so one of the things that I know over and over again is that as we experience challenge, and then we experience the greater challenge in the world, then we are called to be the difference, to make the difference. So as we've closed the church for now, we've suspended our Sunday services for now, I recognize that, like you said, Janine, that's a challenge right there, because we so enjoy being in community. And yet, I would invite myself, invite each of you to know that what we are doing is saving lives. We are being the difference. We are making the difference. That awareness that we are making all the difference in the world is one that can take us to a place of conscious heaven. And when we shift our consciousness, what do you think? Do you think it impacts other people?
I think it does.
And it impacts other people whether we're in touch with them or not, because of this collective conscious experience. Myrtle Fillmore, one of our co-founders, was sick with tuberculosis in the late 1800s. And many of you have heard this story before, but it bears repeating right now. There was an epidemic in the late 1800s. And she'd had tuberculosis from the time that she was a little girl. By the time she had 3 children, the doctors told her, there's nothing else we can do. We're done. She and her husband were desperate to find anything. And they went to hear a speaker, his name was E.B. Weeks, in Kansas City. And he said some words that changed their lives. He said, Terry, do you remember?
I wish I remembered. Yes, I've heard this story, but I don't remember verbatim what he said. Go ahead.
I am a child of God. Therefore, I do not inherit sickness. Myrtle heard those words and she went home, and for 2 years she practiced talking to her body. But she didn't just talk to her body. She said things like, I'm sorry that I've held you in contempt. I'm sorry that I've thought poorly of you. I apologize for any damage that I've done to my body, to you liver, to you spleen. She spoke to specific body parts. And then she affirmed their health. She said, I see you as healthy, whole, and vibrant. I am a child of God. Therefore, I do not inherit sickness. Now, we know a lot about germ theory that Myrtle and Charles Fillmore did not know. And we believe in science. And the science says that positive thinking, prayer, can improve the immune system and make us stronger. So this is our invitation, is to think positive, to bless our bodies, to know the truth that we are expressions of the divine, regardless of what you believe the divine is, regardless of what your definition of God is. We are expressions of that. So Terry, I think that you and I know a little song.
We do. It's a song that takes us way back. We've been singing it here at Unity of Olympia many, many, many times over the years. And my question to you, Reverend Terry Murray, is should we go ahead and stand up to do this? Because there's a part that kind of...
I think we should.
Okay, so it goes like this. I will sing and then Terry will sing and you guys will sing with Terry. I'm so glad.
I'm so glad.
Every little cell in my body is happy and well.
Is happy and well.
Let's put that little bit longer phrases now. I'm so glad every little cell.
I'm so glad every little cell
In my body is happy and well.
in my body is happy and well.
I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. There we go. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. That last part's important. We have to tap yourself now.
That was fabulous.
Fun.
So that was pretty fun. Using the power of joy, of play, of laughter is one of the ways that our body finds release from stress. And with this consciousness in the world right now of fear and of concern and even of grief, we are impacted. And so we invite each one of you into an experience of joy, laughter, play. You know, one of my favorite people in the world is Carol Burnett.
Yeah.
Do you know you can find Carol Burnett on YouTube? And you can watch all of these old skits.
Yes.
I've been getting my granddaughter, one of them especially has been enjoying Carol Burnett with me. The other one finds her funny as well. But, you know, I'm sure that you have some favorites, some favorite people in your history that you like to laugh with. So bring in the laughter. This is our opportunity to be joyful in the face of fear. Now, I have a friend who is a deep believer that we cannot feel fear and love at the same time. And perhaps that's true. I really haven't had that experience. But what I know is true is that fear for me is a call to experience love. Janine and I were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
Janine, what were you saying about that?
Well, for me, fear, it's a light bringer. It's a little bell that goes off like, oh, okay, I'm not in alignment. So it gives me the opportunity to, I call it chase down where that fear is coming from.
Bring
And then
something
for me,
up for healing.
I bring it up, and then of course I'm going to love on it. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's not a negative thing. It's a great thing. It gives me an opportunity for some fresh inner healing.
And this is what we're all called to. The New Thought movement, all of the different church communities, spiritual communities that call themselves New Thought, we all agree on this basic principle. Affirmative prayer, positive thoughts can heal your world.
It's pretty cool that it's in alignment with science because they have proven that endorphins that are fired when you're laughing, when you're skipping, did you know that you can't actually skip without smiling? That, yeah, so endorphins are firing and those are actually healing. So, pretty great.
I can't even hear you say that without smiling. Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within, and it is. So I invite you to be in that practice this week, every day this week. Take time to be part of that kingdom, to be part of joy, to be part of love, to experience beauty, and be your highest and best self. I'd like to close with the daily word. Today's daily word is pray for others. As I pray for others, I affirm unfolding good in their lives and in mine. Honored by the trust of those who request my prayers, I listen with compassion and then release all thoughts of illness, lack, limitations, or disharmony. Knowing that my responsibility is not to set the situation right, but to see it rightly. I look beyond challenging conditions and attune to the essential truth that the one for whom I pray is created in God's image and is seeking to express God's likeness, just as all people are, just as I am. I know that the divine presence, the Christ, is present both in me and in the one for whom I pray. It restores wholeness in mind, body, and emotions, guiding all decisions, inspiring, prospering ideas, and bringing harmony and peace to all relationships. From the book of Psalm, the Lord is near to all who call on him, for all who call on him in truth. Today's daily word is pray for others, and the affirmation, as I pray for others, I affirm unfolding good in their lives and in mine. And so it is. Please join us in song as we prepare for meditation.
Grace, I'm calling on your tenderness. Oh, I need you now. And love, I'm calling on your gentleness. Oh, I need you now. Oh, I need you now. grace. I'm calling on your tenderness. Oh, I need you now. And love, I'm calling on your gentleness. Oh, I need you now. Oh, I need you now. Oh, I need you now. I need you now.
We begin our time of meditation with the awareness of our connection to all people who are praying at this moment, and to all who are asking for prayer support. We are one mind, one voice, recognizing that there is only one power, the power of God, within us and around us. In the stillness of this moment, I am peace. With each breath, I draw upon divine peace. I am one with and now demonstrate the power of peace, enfolding all my concerns in a cushion of calm. I think peaceful thoughts and hold peaceful intentions. My body, mind, and spirit are centered in divine peace. All things are possible when I realize oneness with God. In prayer, I seek insight, understanding, and spiritual knowledge. I rise into a state of understanding, poised and confident in the promise of fulfillment. Let me recognize the power of God that is love. Let me find within all the resources I long for: laughter, joy, wisdom, imagination. I envision the desired road ahead. I proceed with positive anticipation, with my heart open to all people, knowing our oneness. I am centered in God. I heal any thoughts of separation. I know the truth. I am one with God and one with all. Please join me in a few moments of silence to reflect upon these words. I am one with God and one with all. I am one with God and one with all. In this truth, we know together that love binds us together, that the harmony that lives in my heart lives in yours, that the peace that lives in the neighbor's house lives in our home too. We move into an experience of gratitude for this truth. Gratitude for this moment. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, universe.
Grace, I'm calling on your tenderness. Oh, I need you now. And love, I'm calling on your gentleness. Oh, I need you now. Oh, I need you now. I need you now. Grace, I'm calling on your tenderness. Oh, I need you now. And love, I'm calling on your gentleness. Oh, I need you now. Oh, I need you now. Oh, I need you now. I need you now.
Thank you. Thank you both for coming together and providing us with such beautiful, uplifting music. We at Unity of Olympia look forward to a time when we can gather together in person again and love on one another. In the meantime, we'll be providing these sorts of services and perhaps more as we become more comfortable with online services. We'll be facilitating, prayer circles, the Wednesday evening MCC alternative service. So keep an eye out on the website and watch in your email from notices from us. We have a strong desire to be a part of your lives right now, and I have a strong desire to continue to connect with each one of you. That being said, we are a ministry that is supported by your giving. And so if this has in any way fed you spiritually, has provided any upliftment in your life, we invite you to give generously. The donate button on our website at unityofolympia.org is willing to take your money. It's actually not very difficult. I give regularly on a monthly basis through that platform. And of course, you could choose to give once. You could also choose to give by text. The text number is 360-234-2669. The process to set that up is, I'm not going to affirm that it's challenging, but I'm going to say that it might take a minute or two. But once it's set up, it's a very, very simple way to give to make sure that this ministry is sustained so that we can continue to support each of you. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And I hold the very highest and best for each one of you in consciousness during this time.
We expect you to sing along.
Another Janine Cummings original.
God is good all the time, all the time. God is good. God is good all the time, all the time. God is good. And can you feel it? Oh, can you feel it? God is good all the time, all the time. God is good. And I am good. I am good. All the time, I am good. I am good. All the time, I am good. And I can feel it. Oh, I can feel it. I am good. All the time, I am good. Ooh, yeah. Love is good all the time, love is good. Love is good all the time, love is good. And can you feel it? Oh, can you feel it? Love is good all the time, love is good. And can you feel it? Oh, can you feel it? Love is good all the time, love is good.
And let's close this thing with a prayer for protection.
Okay.
The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. So it is. God bless you. But I didn't turn my mic on, so just keep recording.
Okay, that's true.
And let me get this back into my belt because I lost 8 pounds.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
fabulous.
I-
Fabulous.
Well,
Good for you. That's a good part.
I will cut that.
That's a win-win. That's
Yeah. All right, so. Welcome to Unity of Olympia. At Unity, we what? Yeah, without people here, it's just something else.
It's naked.
Queen can tell us.
Do you want to move the camera, or is the camera in a good spot?
So it's for you to sit there?
Yeah,
If you sit there, that's fine. Oh, you're spraying
you
out
hate that
now.
door.
I hate the door.
So if you move the camera out here, then you
It's-
don't have the door.
It's okay though.
Okay.
It's okay. It's fine. Because it looks good. I'm bothered. I don't know.
So Abraham Lincoln, I don't want to start with her. His name was E.B. Weeks in Kansas City, and he said some words that changed their lives. He said, Terry, do you remember?
I wish I remembered. Yes, I've heard this story, but I don't remember verbatim what he said. Go ahead.
We'll cut all that part, but that's okay. You just keep reporting. He said, can't be sick. No, he said, what did he say?
Your body is not, I mean, something to the effect that you're.
I am a child of God. I cannot be sick. Except for that wasn't it exactly. He said, I am a child of God. I cannot be sick. Or something.
It's a very powerful song. And so I'm going to do a call and response kind of thing to teach it at the beginning. And then we'll do it full on with accompaniment from Janine Cummings. So it is, I'm so glad. Okay, so wait, let's get the right key. I'm so glad.
just give me the sign when you.
We're gonna be like those Bible people that just cut and paste and redact it and change everything.
Yeah, okay. Share it back over there.
I'm gonna close with the daily word, don't go anywhere, and invite you into singing.
Okay,
Rid of this.
Which will be,
great.
Are all of these chairs out of the frame, Quinn? Okay. I better find it first, because that's nice. Okay, we could start that over.
So,
Then I turned this off.
the good thing is that I was wondering if I should get out of the frame.
Well, you're not
because-
even in the picture anymore, because Quinn moved it to
Yeah, I
that.
moved it to like a little
So
area.
you
Good.
can move.
I was trusting that
Yeah.
it was not on me, but I thought.
I shouldn't
I'm
walk
just-
with glasses.
I can only read. I can only read, I can't walk.
So this is the
Yeah,
time
you-
where I get to thank everybody for coming, right?
Yeah.
Invite